When people think of quality red wine from Spain, their thoughts immediately turn to Rioja. But of course, Rioja commands a good price. Look around carefully and you'll find a lot of lovely wines from the smaller, less fashionable areas of Spain. Today I have a wine for you from Almansa. Never heard of it? Well, that makes two of us, and it's coming right up. Hi guys, welcome to yet another edition of bigonwine, the show which, as you probably know by now, brings you news, clues and reviews. In fact, it tries to keep you up to speed about just about everything in the world of wine. And of course, remember, all the wines on this show are paid for with my own money, and I don't take no nonsense from anybody. All views are my own. Okay, my wine of the week for this week is indeed from Spain, but not from Rioja. And it's this one here. It goes under the name of Gran Marius Reserva Selección, and the vintage is 2014. And this wine comes in for a price of just under €14 a bottle where I am. Right, what's the backstory to this one then? Well, this is indeed a Spanish red, and it comes from a wine region going under the name of D.O. Almansa, Denominación de Origen Protegida, and it's based in, or it's in the province of Albacete, which is in the southeastern part of Castile-La Mancha. Now, just to give you a little bit of coordinates there, we're talking about an area, an inland wine region, roughly 180 kilometers or so southwest of Valencia, which is on Spain's east coast naturally. All right, so a relatively unknown, relatively unfamiliar and unfashionable area of Spain, Almansa. Right, the wine in question is a blend, and an interesting blend at that. It's a blend of 4 different red varieties: the Monastrell, the Tempranillo, which of course is the great red grape of Spain, Syrah, which we normally associate, of course, with the Mediterranean coast, particularly with southern France, etc., and the Garnacha Tintorera. So 4 different red varieties in this particular blend. Now, let's take a look at the wine in the glass, and what do we see? What we see, in fact, is a wine with a colour somewhere between ruby red and purple. So it's a dark, dense red colour with just a slight touch of purple in the mix, or even purple brown in the mix. In fact, remember, this wine is already about 5 years or so old. All right, so it's an interesting one. In fact, by looking at it in the glass, you might even be thinking that it's from Portugal. It has that rather dense and slightly, I wouldn't say cloudy, but it has that dense reddish, brownish, purplish colour to the wine. Very interesting indeed. All right, let's see how this gets on in the nose now. Here we go. Very nice indeed. Now, the aromas on this wine are, I think, quite typical of that kind of blend where we have the Monastrell and Tempranillo in the mix. I would say that the primary aroma there is of dark cherry, but there's something sweet in there as well, something sweet, spicy in the nose, maybe something akin to blackberry as well. Now, this wine has been in oak, but there isn't much sign of that in the nose, however. So dark cherry, blackberry, and some sweet spice in my nose anyway. Right, let's turn our attention to what it tastes like. Let's see how we go here. This wine has got an alcohol content of 14.5%. You can see from the tears on the glass, quite a high alcohol percentage. 14.5%, 7 grams of residual sugar in this wine. All right, first impressions. This is quite a tannic wine. So it's got robust tannins, good tannins in it. Slight puckering of the lips, slight dryness coming from those tannins. But the sugar, the 7 grams of residual sugar, tends to kind of balance that tannin content out. So the wine doesn't in any way feel too astringent or too strong in the mouth. In fact, the general impression is of something fairly juicy, powerful, it's full-bodied, obviously, and the flavours that come through, certainly we have that cherry, which we spotted in the nose, but now it's beginning to move in the direction of maybe blackcurrant. Blackcurrant would seem to be the dominant flavour in this, so blackcurrant, then cherry, then blackberry, and again, an element of spice, a little bit peppery, nice pepper. And there's something kind of woody in there, but it's not really what I would call an overbearingly strong sense of oak in the wine at all. Cedarwood or something like that, something aromatic, or an aromatic wood is in this wine as well. So an interesting package, a blend of 4 varieties with those dark fruits, cherry to begin with, blackcurrant coming in later, and a sweet, spicy nature to the wine as well. Now this, of course, means produces a bit of a challenge in terms of what we're going to match this with when we're talking food. Well, I think the obvious choice here is going to be dark meat, particularly game dishes. So thinking venison or elk here. Pretty much anything grilled would work well with this. So grilled sausages, grilled lamb chops, pretty much anything you can think of from the grill. Hard salty cheeses would also work extremely well with this wine. All right, let's bring you the heads up on this one. This is a red blend produced by Bodegas Piqueras in a wine region which is unfamiliar to me, over on Spain's east coast or eastern flank, Almansa. It has some interesting pepper, dark fruit, blackberry, cherry and spice, a touch of cedar. It's dark, it's powerful, it's ideal for grilled food. Gran Marius, Reserva, Selección, 2014. I'm going to give this wine 4 stars out of 5. Okay guys, many thanks for tuning in and checking out this week's video and the little introduction to a wine from an unfamiliar area of Spain to me, Gran Marius, Reserva Selección, vintage 2014. Interesting stuff, very good with game dishes. All right, if you've enjoyed what you've seen and heard, then please do feel free to give us the old thumbs up. Yep, give us a like, we do enjoy getting those. Drop a comment down below if you feel like it. Follow me on my other social media platforms, share the video around, and of course, if you haven't done so already, please do consider subscribing, and you can do that by hitting the big red button which will appear over there in just a few seconds. And naturally, while you're about it, why not hit the bell? Yep, down below, hit the bell, and you'll be informed, of course, as soon as every new video is uploaded. And naturally, I'll be back again next week, another great wine of the week for you. But until we meet again, this is Tony Melville signing off and saying, hey, take care out there, be good to each other, enjoy your wines. And cheers.